Hi, Chris Walker here. There is a process in the 30-day challenge called the discard process. This is a discard process. The idea of the discard process is to change the way we think. And the way we think is our identity. So it is probably the most confronting part of the 30-day challenge. People don't like it. They want change, they want to think different, but they don't like the discard process because it's really hard work. It asks a question like this. It'll say, what is something that you don't like in somebody that you know? And you might say, I don't like the fact they're cruel. The discard process is going to say to you, well, where are you cruel? And who thinks you're cruel? And you're going to say, well, I'm not, because I don't like it in somebody else. How could I like it in me? But because of the law of interconnectedness, what you see in others, you see in yourself. So you've got it. And if you list enough people that you've known throughout the whole of your life, you'll actually come to realize you're just as cruel as the person you're judging. Now that's an identity crisis, because all of a sudden you're seeing in yourself something that you criticized in others. And now, where does that criticism go? What's going to happen? How are you going to deal with that? This is the challenge of changing your mind. And nothing changes unless we change our mind. Otherwise, it's a fight. The next question is going to ask, which is a good question at this point in time, now that you're all deflated from finding out that you've got cruelty in you, is what's the benefit of it? Well, at first, because we have our social and cultural beliefs, we're going to say there's no benefit to being cruel. But why would nature have cruelty if there wasn't a benefit? Firstly, nobody's more cruel to you than you are to yourself. Secondly, cruelty on the outside is a wake-up call to fight for or stand up for something you believe in. So cruelty is an awakener. Cruelty pushes us down. In Buddhist teaching, they say the deeper you push the seed of the lotus into the mud, the bigger the flower is going to be. And it's the same with a tree. So sometimes cruelty, as much as we wouldn't request it or we wouldn't ask for it, nor would we endorse it, sometimes it's a necessary evil for us to actually become the person we've become. What's the benefit of being cruel? Well, sometimes we protect ourselves by being cruel. Sometimes it's an act of trying to give somebody something that they won't accept. Sometimes it empowers us when we feel weak. So when we discuss things like this, and we do so mostly in private, we're confronting many of the social paradigms. Now, all social paradigms are built out of fear, because we fear people being cruel. So we're going to say, well, if I actually find the benefit of being cruel, I'm endorsing cruelty. And that's not the case. What you're saying is you're actually loving a part of yourself that exists. You're embracing a part of yourself that exists. You're removing a judgment that exists. And that judgment that exists is actually keeping you constrained in your life. It's actually making it hard for you to move forward. And ultimately, it's opening up more love. So to hold a judgment that cruelty is bad just blocks love from such a huge aspect of life. And it also blocks you being a participant in a huge aspect of life. So the idea is we're not trying to endorse or create a culture where cruelty is normal. What we're saying is it just doesn't ruffle my feathers as much as it used to. The next column will say, when someone was being cruel to you, because there's a law of balance in the world, someone must have been being kind right at the same time. And what we find is this amazing discovery that if someone's being bad to you, someone else is being good to you in exactly the same proportion somewhere else in your life. That's an amazing discovery, because it means there's order in the chaos. So this is the sort of thing you're going to be challenged with when you do the discard process. And believe me, especially if you have a religious addiction or a religious connection, and you feel that your beliefs about right and wrong are very fundamental to your identity with that religion, you're going to find this a little uncomfortable. But I'd encourage you, like all of the thousands and thousands and in fact millions of people who've done this throughout the world, I'd encourage you to actually go play and explore it, see what happens. I think you'll have an amazing discovery that love can exist, and it can exist in all things, not just the things that religion has said are good, and it can exist in even all those things that religion said are bad. Just because something's bad doesn't mean we can't have love. Anyway, I'm looking forward to exploring that with you one-on-one. This is Chris Walker. Have a great day. Bye for now.